Well, hi to YouTube. Today is May 28th, and I am in my favorite cafe place here in Banlung, in Blue Moon, and this is my second attempt, and hopefully the camera will work to give you my thoughts on gang stalking and how to deal with this. First, my apologies, it's simply technical, hence financial thing. So, the gang stalking, how to deal with this, I divided it in two chapters. First is the physical protection. So physical protection would be, and Kruno, do not forget to put the link for the Montag's great invention, which is the isolation of your apartment or a house from microwaving. So when we're talking about the gang stalking can have its very painful form if it comes to the microwaving. And a good way how to isolate, how to protect yourself, is by using the metal sheet, metropolis, and Montag devised the patent simply to plug those metal sheets into the electricity, and then that electricity, those electrons, will then create a coating of electrons on the metal sheet, and that will actually capture the electrons which have been shot at you. Well, because microwaving is essentially when they're shooting electrons at you, this is the form of radiation. So by this way, you should be stopping it. I didn't try this method. I believe in it. I've been told by the Carissa Conti, his girlfriend, but I know that Sakorea Folies, this is a brand, but the metal sheets, 3 layers, that definitely helps. It doesn't stop, but it helps. So this is regarding that part. So regarding the your inner emotions when we come to the gang stalking, this is a good tip from Jack Mercer. He says when they start with him gang stalking, he starts mocking them. He has a daughter, and with his daughter he already has a routine of pointing at the perps and laughing. And I think this is the great technique, because this technique disperses the two biggest weapons of the stalker. First is of course, fear. They feed on fear, and this is why you need to shield yourself up when you are exposed to the gang stalking energetically, and I'll be talking about that. But this way he's effectively moving the major weaponry. Another weapon they use is this, how to explain it, is this aura which is going on. Like, when it's going on, you're isolated and alone, and if you start pointing at that, they can take it against you, claiming that you are paranoid, and hence this is one of the careers of the targeted individual, as I was talking about it before, being portrayed as a crazy and then locked up in the white prison for the mental institution, and then dealt with there, essentially killed. So this is the thing, and we could talk more about that. But another thing regarding the shielding yourself up, and I'm not so motivated today as I was when I was making it. Shield up. So this is how my theory starts. The very first thing would be to be vigilant. When you feel that they are around you, the perps around you, especially if they're guys that are living in active, first step would be always to check your shields. The shields you set up every morning after you uniting your mind field, your soul, and what you call God, and when you're purifying your aura, and when you're putting a shield of invisible energy which is reacting to anything which is trying to get into your biofield and start more energy. So this is the very first thing which you should remind yourself during the day when you feel the presence. It can be the presence of the gang stalker, and it can be basically Illuminati scanning you, or it could be a presence of maybe a gray alien, anti-reptilian, or a reptile, or a demonic entity in your. This is really wondering why am I talking so long in the camera. So, talking about this is called wolves and how to protect against them. And this is one way or another way known story to every human community on this planet. They have many ghost stories in this area. And then, after shielding yourself, next step would be observing. For example, of that table, it's a little place, few houses by the road, where that happened in this street. Was like I sensed that the group is observing me. I sensed that familiar Illuminati feeling of entering into me and seeing what is inside. Then I started after a while to scan the group and to feel who they are. And if you have this ability, the sixth sense developed, you will, by simply scanning them and by basically allowing yourself, your soul, to touch them and to get info on them, you will learn so incredibly much. Excuse me, it started to rain, so I have to go a little bit in. And so that would be the second thing, would be after shielding, getting information. The third step would be then using this intuitive information, of course, to attack astrally. You can also snatch energy from them with these elegant attacks. Nothing happens in the public area, but my aura can jump quite a bit and give her quite a hit. And this is the game. They're also going to start doing this to you, nothing new. And then after that, I would, sometimes I'm also I'm perfectly aware that they can, some of them they can spot my thoughts. I'm also playing with that. And there was one incident, and I'm just going to give you a digression. In a previous school, there was one Illuminati child, and she was, of course, excellent student, excellent memory, making the boys crazy for her and stuff like that. And in one moment, she was like, everybody, they've been doing their exercise, they've been doing the school exercise in the workbook. And I was looking at her, she was like by the end of the class, and I shouted in my thoughts in her direction, "What are you doing?" And she like jumped to look at me, and when she looked at me, she looked so, we said, so covered with the shit, because she humiliated herself. She felt that she could not, as a kid, she could not figure it out in the moment that I was actually shouting in my thoughts, and I was just looking at her laughing. And after that moment, she was always humble. Before that moment, she was always kind of dominant. And I don't know. This is the thing when you discover how they think. You understand? This is why you need to be a little bit like Illuminati. In a sense, you need to give yourself a break. If you allow your soul to develop its arms, it will develop its arms. You need to treat your body and your mind well. Not washing teeth with the toothpaste, but using the peroxide, 1/3 and 2/3 of water. It's excellent for bacteria. It kills everything alive. And it's safe for you. Just don't swallow it. And, there are things like that, and then you start sensing them and picking and, playing with them. You understand? My story with them started in Amsterdam, continued through Croatia, and then Thailand, then Cambodia. I've been dealing with Illuminati, I think, of the all races, and I don't know that much about them, really, I don't, because you can only know about them if you're inside, but with these little games going on with them, I just figured out how they think and, in a way, how also sensitive they are, and I'm free, deeply. So, another thing, playing with them, scanning them. Another thing is that little thing I discovered in February, March 2015 in Sukhumvit in Bangkok is the whole episode with Lucifer and knowledge that I can, with my energy, bounce anybody and shield myself from anybody. And I can't put enough emphasis how this inner element is important for the whole thing. So another thing with dealing with the gang stalking would be exposing that. And I need to thank you for watching me to this moment, and please tell me how was the sound, because I'm too bored to go through it. I like simply to upload it and write down what I have to do in the internet cafe. So the next thing would be essentially, exposing that, because that secrecy, that hiding in the darkness is their strongest weapon, absolutely the strongest weapon, and on that weapon lies the another strongest weapon, which is the fear. So by freely talking about our experiences, not to be afraid of being labeled as a crazy, schizophrenic, or I don't know, whatever. In Russia, in the Soviet Union, they had the diagnosis for those who've been questioning the socialist system. Every system has a diagnosis for those who are questioning it. It's always the same system. So, information is not lost by sharing. It's the only commodity which is not lost by sharing. So, by sharing your experiences, by sharing your opinions, by sharing what you feel you want to share, you are empowering yourself and you are empowering others. I'm always saying little things can be very helpful. When I was under big reptilian attack, 2009, 2010, I was exposing conspiracy back in my home city. In different theaters, I was playing movies. At the time, David Icke and so on, and debating about the Illuminati and researching them and so on. So shit hit the fan, and I was in a very bad phase, and I had this very vivid dreams that I'm going through the tunnels, and then very vivid military exercises, and really, just incredibly vivid dreams, incredibly vivid. And I contacted James Barkley after I read his website, and he wrote me a couple of good advices, how, encouraging and so on and so on. And this was maybe one of the darkest moments in my life. I was not in bad situation physically or anything materially. I was simply, for the first time, facing myself with the strong astral attacks, strong astral programming. This is when I first came across in my life in fact to face myself with the, things. And so be like James Barkley, be like Montag, be like Carissa Conti, be like Carla Turner, be like Barbara Bartoli. These are the guys who simply help to spread the knowledge of the humanity, of the nature of the things that's happening to us on this planet. So my final advice for the gang stalking would be the continuation of the spiritual process of cleaning, removing parasites and enemies out of your body, then dealing with them effectively around, and speaking about that. And then, maybe the fifth element will be being in a peace with the positive and negative consequences which are coming. Do not be afraid of the consequences, or at least try to control that fear. So that's the best I can say now. Check out this bamboo floor. It's nice to walk on it. Okay, that's Kruno on the gang stalking, and this was a nice example of how my mind works as well. It's a monkey mind, as I guess everybody's. If you like it, subscribe it. If you have questions, ask. If you have comments, comment. I'm really helpful that I'm really actually, guys, the Liberty Space Goat for the space, Liberty for the Space Goat. Thank you for your comments. The Shreds of Wisdom, you're Buddhist, I'm not, but I notice you're watching and you have very nice comments. Jack Mercer, thank you for being there. Jackie. Pranay Chand, sorry for not going into the big. I was simply lost it. I got the inspiration how to do the question you asked me like a year ago is still in my mind, but I need to film it with my camera. I have it, but I need to edit it on a computer. I don't, so I don't have it. So this is gonna wait. So guys, thank you all for being there, because here isolated as I am here, this internet and not the Facebook community, which is community of my friends I met, in Rijeka mostly, which are nice people, but they are not on the same page as you guys. You guys are, in a way, closer to my heart. Not closer than my family and my mother, definitely, but you're closer to my heart, although I don't know you. You're closer to my heart than people I went to the high school, because we are talking about topics which are relevant. And this is why I'm really grateful to you and to the YouTube as a channel as well, and also instrument of the control system, but it's good that it's there, so there is a possibility of communication. Okay, no more talking. Thank you for your time, and good luck to you. And this is a little ghost house. I'm gonna show you a little ghost house. This is where the gifts for the ghosts who've been living in this area until people moved in. They also put the money there. Okay, that's it. Bye bye.